Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
$13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Call that a very strong gain of 24. To throw, Mayfield.
Throw left side there, Schwartz with it.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down at the... a pickup of about 4.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
The 2-yard line.
Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Vikings, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A pass there complete to Westbrook, and he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Cousins. Dancing to his left. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well. Back to the ground, Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 3rd down, Cousins. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
A 55-yard attempt.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Following the interception, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 7.
On play action, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot. Play action now, Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Greg Joseph for the Vikings field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 23.
Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Buying time to his left. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over here up near the 40.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll give it to Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and goal, Mayfield flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Mayfield looks to throw. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Vikings 3.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Justin Jefferson coming off such a sensational rookie year. He wows him again here with big yardage after the catch. Cousins will try and throw. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as good running gets him to about the 44. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. A run for Nick Chubb. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he gets it down to the 32. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. He completes it to Beckham. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And running with power here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 21, Vikings 11.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Cook. Stays on his feet. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Cousins now. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. Fighting his way through contact. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
First down.
Mayfield on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Nick Vigil able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. To try again after the sack. Mayfield being chased out left. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Jarvis Landry now in his 4th year with Cleveland, a 5-time Pro Bowler. No one plays harder in the league, and he's only missed 1 game in 7 years. He does what he always does, makes a nice catch there.
Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb hit 21.95 miles an hour on a long touchdown run in 2019, 4th fastest in the NFL, and he flashed the big-time speed again there. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Vikings 11.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Mike 4. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike 4. Watch the run, watch the run. Mike 4. Bandit.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 112 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Now Mayfield on 4th down. Shakes off the sag. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 39, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Steps away to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Xavier Woods on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory.